Right, I know this isn't the way we usually do things here at WhatCulture, but I have a few things I have to get off my chest about last night's Monday Night Raw, because I think it might have been the worst Raw ever. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. In fact, let's start before Monday Night Raw even started, because WWE had tweeted out, after Roman Reigns tweeted that he was going to show up, WWE tweeted out at the weekend that Reigns was definitely not going to be there on Monday Night Raw. Surprise, surprise, he was there. He was the second person out after the owner of the company, who you think may have spotted him in Gorilla or something. So out he comes, and Michael Cole says possibly the worst line of commentary he has ever said: Reigns is here on Monday Night Yard. What does that even mean, Michael Cole? Anyway, out comes Reigns. He's followed by WWE Champion Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan, of course, and Vince just decides, sod it, we're going to have this new Wildcard rule where 3 people from either show can just rock up if they want to, because the ratings are basically buggered. And Vince just announces, he's brilliant. Of course you are. You keep telling yourself that, Vince. Because not only does he do that, but he also books impromptu 2 WrestleMania rematches. No build on social media. No, this is going to be taking place in a future few weeks, so hopefully we can entice people back to watch the product. No, it's going to happen tonight. It's going to be Reigns versus Drew McIntyre and a WWE Championship match between Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan. Anyway, AJ comes out during the commercial break. Everyone just decides, sod it, we'll all go backstage. And it's AJ and Vince in the ring. AJ announces, well, if this is new wildcard rules thing's happening, then maybe me and a few mates will show up on SmackDown. Vince suddenly is unhappy with this, despite the fact that 5 minutes before that, he just instigated the wildcard rule that he invented himself and described himself as brilliant. So then we get a tag match, of course we do, between 2 people who hate each other, Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, who are going to be fighting for the Universal Championship at Money in the Bank in a couple of weeks' time, against Bobby Lashley and Baron Corbin. I'd just like to point out here, Baron Corbin was the man they blamed at the end of last year for all the problems with the ratings. Baron Corbin pins the Universal Champion. Now, I know it was all because of AJ Styles being bad at being a tag team partner and leaving, but still, Baron Corbin pins the Universal Champion. Right, next up we have Sami Zayn. I think, oh good, thank God, out he comes. He's going to cut another brilliant promo. He's been fantastic in recent weeks. He is the critic of the critics, except we can't hear the critic of the critics because he's being critiqued by the commentators. They talk all over his promo, and then Braun Strowman comes out to chase him backstage. What next? Lucha House Party. Lucha House Party come out for a 3-on-3 match, I assume. I don't know, I wasn't paying that much attention at this point. They are facing a group of goobers. Why? Just so we can have something in the ring whilst we see Sami Zayn get put in the bin by Braun Strowman. Sami Zayn, one of the best things on Monday Night Raw at the moment, a fantastic promo. Yeah, no, he's in the bin now. Braun Strowman's put him in a bin, and that's probably the last we'll ever see of him. What next? It's Robert Roode versus Ricochet for Ricochet's spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Completely arse-backwards booking this, of course, because Robert Roode pinned Ricochet, and then the week after, Ricochet was put in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Robert Roode, welcome to 50-50 booking. You might remember this when you were Bobby Roode. That moustache doesn't mean bugger all anymore. Ricochet pins Robert Roode. Okay, I guess. Right, the guys who I expected to come out and murder the Lucha House Party, whatever the Vikings are being called this week, they have a match against the current tag team champions and beat them in like their 4th week on the main roster. Okay? I'll allow it because I assume this is just going to build to the Viking boys just becoming tag team champions, and I love them. The highlight, the fact that I'm saying this, the highlight of Monday Night Raw, the best thing arguably in WWE at the moment, is Bray Wyatt and his Firefly Funhouse. We have a segment with that, and I think maybe this is the best it's going to get. And it kind of was there, because then, don't forget, I'd just like to point out, we had the wildcard rule. Only 3 people are going to be showing up from each brand, except for Shane McMahon and Elias from SmackDown, who come in and attack Roman Reigns towards the end of his match when he's about to pin Drew McIntyre. They attack him because the rules don't apply to them, I suppose, and you think, well, okay, you know, they're rebels or whatever. I'm sure if Vince has anything to say about this, he will. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second, because then we have the moment that really, really made me lose my you-know-what. The Usos are one of the best tag teams in WWE right now. Arguably the best tag team, what with the New Day being busy with other things and with injuries. So you have them in a feud against one of the best tag teams from NXT in the Revival, who granted are getting punished because they wouldn't sign contracts because, unsurprisingly, they've been booked terribly. So they give the Revival, I'll make sure I get this right, Ucey Hot Cream. Right, so what that means is it's some sort of bollock itching powder or something that is activated by sweat but also water. The bit where I saw Dash Wilder scooting along on his arse, Scott Dawson might have been doing that actually. Scott Dawson was flossing with his own top. That was it. Vince would have bloody loved that. That was the way you're booking two of your finest tag teams. You can see the reason why I've gone a bit off the rails here. Lars Sullivan, that's another SmackDown person. He comes in and murders No Way Jose. To be fair, watching that burger bloke bounce off stuff was quite funny. He goes backstage, Vince sees him and goes, right, okay, that wildcard rule's kind of bollocks now, isn't it? Right, we'll change it to 4. Change it to 4, Vince. There's been 6 people. You've forgotten your son, as you'll often want to do, and Elias, who came in earlier. That doesn't work. And then we finish the show, yes, with a WWE Championship match between Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan. Of course, they're going to put on a good show. But they have the temerity, WWE, to finish the show, by the way, which if it gets a poor rating, this will be blamed on Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan, despite the fact that they just pulled out a great match and it was for the WWE Championship. They're going to get the blame for ratings, not all of this bollocks that preceded it. They have the temerity to say to us, guys, don't forget to watch SmackDown Live tomorrow, because who knows might turn up. Are you trying to make me have a breakdown, WWE? Because guess what? You are succeeding. Reigns is here on Monday Night Yard. Was that the worst Monday Night Raw ever? Let us know in the comment section below, because I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Like, share and subscribe.